Welcome to the Rob and Kale podcast. Rob Sanders,
Some would be entertained by it. Some would be horrified by
Kale Carolina Jack Hall,
it. All would be interested in it.
the Rob and Kale podcasts.
Let's go.
And welcome to the Rob and Kale podcast. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. Come to you from Columbia, South Carolina, where Gamecocks defended their title as Gamecocks yesterday. My friend in the upstate was not happy with their performance, but he's still a dirty old Gamecock. He's Mr. Carolina Jackpot, Kale Hall. Kale, what's up, buddy?
Not much. Hope you're having a great Sunday, Rob. I hope everyone out in the chat is as well. 32 of y'all watching. Hit that old thumbs up button. I see that number just rolling higher and higher, and I do appreciate it. Yeah, Owen in the comments says, well, they started early. Yeah, they started early. I'm starting them early on Sundays now because the Uncle Lou, Your Season is Over premiere, he was starting at 9 o'clock for some reason the past few weeks. And, of course, tonight, the Summit starts it at 7 o'clock. So, I like it makes no fucking sense. Can't win for damn losing. But anyway, I like the 8 o'clock start time anyway. It's pretty cool.
Well, we have stuff to get into this evening, including South Carolina being South Carolina, I guess.
Yeah, I tell you about that.
I don't know I don't really know what to say about yesterday's game. I'm watching it, and I'm in the studio at WVOC in Columbia getting ready to go on the air, and Justin Hall and Tim Frisbee and I are like, thank God for Stone Blanton, because Jacksonville State was going to score in that game, I believe. I mean, the Gamecock defense was looking like Swiss cheese there for a minute, but we'll get into that. We'll talk about Clemson and the Clemson fans today basically claiming they're even using the term jackpot. It's a resurrection. You're 5-4.
Yeah.
Fuck are you talking about? I'm just.
Well, that was a good win yesterday. I kind of had a feeling about it. I made my pick. I went with everybody else and picked Notre Dame to cover that. But I thought, I'm like, something seemed off. I'm like, I think that team and the fan base is going to rally. It's at home. They haven't been home in a while. Notre Dame's not exactly looked great the past few weeks either. Well, actually, last week they did. Steamroll Pitt, a team yesterday that for a half was giving Florida State, they gave them all they wanted. I thought they might have a chance to strike the upset, but in the second half, I mean, Florida State just wore them out. But, yeah, it's crazy.
We're going to take care of our sponsors in just a moment. Brock says everyone seems done with Shane's shenanigans. The fans are done with him. The media is done with him. He says, hell, I sleep with Beamer's wife, and she tells me she's done with him. Oh, wow. That's some craziness right there. I don't know how far we want to go with that. Let's take our first guest, Jackpot, and then we'll go from there. Welcome Ray into the show. Ray, what's up, buddy?
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Doing good. I hope you are.
Yeah. Well, we managed to pull out a win over Pitt and secure the ACC championship game, but we didn't play very well in the first half. And of course, when you have 3 of your top 4 receivers missing, and the fourth one was played on one leg, but it is what it is. We still should have played better. But hey, a win's a win. You take them any way you can get them sometimes, I watched the Jacksonville State game. I'm glad you guys won, Jackpot, but Jesus, I was worried there toward the end. If that guy hadn't have picked the ball off, I was afraid they was going to go in and score. I mean, I don't know.
Ray, hold on a second. You won by 17 points, and you advanced to the ACC championship game. I don't know what you have to bitch about, sir. You should be.
I'm not bitching. I just wish we would have played better.
You won by 17 points, sir.
Well, I understand. I guess it's 2 years ago, I would have been pissing on my feet happy. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's just like Clemson. Here's the thing. I'm glad Clemson beat Notre Dame because I hate Notre Dame. Okay, yeah. I wish they weren't. I wish they didn't have anything to do with the ACC because they're a voting member and they're not even a full member of the conference, which is bullshit. Okay, it should never happen. Mm-hmm. But the one thing I don't understand, Rob, and I understand being excited about winning a game. Dabo Sweeney's got 2 national championships, and you would think his wife just gave birth to twins. I mean, did I read that wrong or something?
No, and look, I'm in the same boat there with you, man. I get where you're coming from. Dabo seems like he's just pissed. This is the most
I get it, and
he's been since like when Taj Boyd was a freshman. I mean, he is a pissed off individual this year.
And it's been a bad year. I mean, they've got a way better team than their record is, but when you turn the ball over, you can't expect to have wins. It just is what it is.
They lead the country in fumbles.
Right.
I mean,
he has a right to be upset. Honest with you, I mean, all his fans talking shit about him, treating him like garbage after all he's done for them, done for that fan base, done for that team, school, program.
And you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. You call him a clown and every damn thing else, Jackpot. I don't want to hear that. You.
No, I sat here and defended him that last week. What are you talking about?
I physically heard you call him a clown and every damn thing in the world.
He fucking is a clown, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have feelings.
You can't sit here and have your cake.
Hath not a clown feelings? Hath not a clown a heart?
No.
Hath not a clown pride?
Oh, Jackpot, that's special, brother.
Jackpot, you know what?
I'm special.
I absolutely love you, Jackpot. As Conrad Thompson would say in his podcast to Bruce Pritchard, I love you for that. But you are eating goddamn the hamburger helper, the tuna helper, and the cheeseburger macaroni and all of that together in one damn bite there.
Is that why that fart I let stunk so bad a while ago?
Yeah, no shit. You can't ride the damn fence like that, Jackpot. Holy shit, man.
Well, it was just surprising. It was. I mean, I'm glad they won, and I'm sure Clemson fans, I hope they're glad they won. But it's like, if you've got 2 national championships and you've won how many ACC championships now?
Right.
I act like you've been there before, man. He was like, I couldn't believe how he was acting, but it is what it is. It doesn't matter.
But, I think that Clemson fans don't want to end up where Florida State was at the end of Bobby Bowden's tenure, where Bobby Bowden sitting on the sidelines, drooling out of his mouth, but dadgum, they got us, and saying shit like that. But, I mean, it's a completely different animal. First of all, Sweeney's like 52, I think. He's got at least
Bobby was in his 80s. Yeah.
So it's a completely different animal.
Hey, I wanted to ask you something, Ray Bob. Do you remember the last game he coached at? Was it the 2009? Was it Gator Bowl?
Yes, they played West
Virginia.
E.J. Manuel played. He got the start as a freshman.
And Bill Stewart, I think, was the coach at West Virginia.
And I'm not exactly sure who the coach was.
Well, he had played for Bobby Bowden. Well, then you wouldn't. Yeah, that puts it in context. But never mind. He played for Bobby Bowden or coached under him or something like that at some point in time. Anyway.
Well, basically, we really didn't even deserve to be in a bowl.
Well, yeah, I know they were 6-6 or something, and I think West Virginia was like 10-2 or something.
Right.
And West Virginia came out and started dominating, and all of a sudden, Florida State just turned it around and they kicked their ass.
Right.
And then won that game. I've always thought, I kind of always thought West Virginia threw that game.
I don't know if they did or they didn't. Hell, I don't know.
I always kind of thought they did. And that's not a slight at Florida State, but that team was bad.
Right. They weren't very good at all. The downfall of Bobby Bowden's when he hired his son as offensive coordinator, when he hired Jeff, kind of like the dude out at Iowa. It's kind of the same situation. And
wasn't Jeff a head coach somewhere?
No, he was like a receivers coach. He was a receivers coach at like Southern Miss, and he was a receivers coach at Florida State. He'd never been a head coach. Now Tommy and Terry's been head coaches before. But now
Terry had Terry, that's right.
Exactly. But that was the downfall, and Bobby getting on up older in age, and he was very loyal to his people, and just the game. He was such an innovator his whole career, but toward the end, he kind of let it pass him by because he didn't want to let people go, and you can't do that in today's game. And I seen a little bit of that in Dabo until he hired this offensive coordinator. But shit, if you're not going to let him do his job, why the hell did you hire him? Would you agree with that, Rob?
Yeah. I agree with you to an extent. I definitely agree with you on that, and it should be. But Sweeney's always been this guy. When he had Chad Morris there, it was, well, we're not running Chad Morris's offense. We're running the Clemson offense, and that's bullshit. But he never questioned was Brent Venables, because Brent Venables would have kicked him in his face. That's how intense Venables is.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, no one wants to admit it, but losing Venables really has hurt Clemson. It truly has.
It has. I bet, Clemson's defense by the numbers is still a top 15 defense, but here's the stat that gets me. Clemson had 2 fumbles against Duke, 1 against Charleston Southern, 1 against Florida Atlantic, 1 against Florida State, 2 against Wake Forest, 2 against Miami. They didn't have any against NC State. They had 1 fumble yesterday. But the offense is essentially a turnover machine.
Right.
They've had 6 interceptions on the season. In the NC State game, Klubnik threw 2 picks there. Here's the stat that I think I don't know if Jackpot mentioned this or not, but they had no penalties for yesterday at all. Not one fucking penalty. No false start, no nothing. What in the blue hell is going on up there? And I'm thinking there's some Ipte shit there, Jackpot. Not one penalty, not a false start, nothing. Yeah. You play an entire game and you have 0 penalties, whereas the game before you had 4 for 45, 7 for 30.
The Gamecocks only had 1 yesterday by some damn miracle.
I mean, that is just a lot of freaking plays with no penalties.
Well, that one thing I will say to that, Rob, is the ACC officials just in general are so terrible. You never know what's going to happen. You know that yourself as a Clemson fan, and especially Florida State and Clemson catches the ass end of everything when it comes to officiating.
Well, I'm not. It's just I was stunned by that stat. No penalties.
Right, but that's my whole point. You don't know what to expect from them, Rob. One week they call it one way, the next week they don't. They turn their head and don't call anything.
And Klubnik's interception yesterday, he'll catch shit for that one. But the interception that he had yesterday, he hit the guy square in his damn hands.
Yeah,
I mean he hit him literally in the numbers. His hands were on the numbers. He hit him there. It bounced off of him, and then boom, they pick it off and run it back. But it's like, I don't know. I think that turnovers will be the thing that has killed Clemson all year, and that's one of those things you can't determine how that's going to go. Exactly. I can tell you this though. I think that they need to go and shake CJ Spiller's hand and tell him, look, either him or Tyler Grisham, one of those two has to go.
Yeah,
because there's just too many fumbles. And someone's got to get with Klubnik and get him to hold on to the ball too, because they're 5-4 because of fumbles.
Well, I'll say this:
country and fumbles. That's a shit stat.
Well, my whole point of what I'm about to say, Rob, is turnovers is a correctable coaching thing that can be corrected.
Well,
I agree. Absolutely, it can be.
There's some of them, like the one yesterday, the INT yesterday. There was nothing Klubnik could have done.
But that's just there's a percentage that's going to happen.
That's a bounce of the football, the spin of it, whatever. There was nothing he could have done. But there are plays like hold on to the ball,
right?
For goodness sake, And there's
he's still not a very old quarterback. He's still young. I mean, he's played a whole season, so. What is he, a sophomore now?
I think that, in my opinion, I think he's going to transfer.
I've heard that.
I don't have any inside info. None of my folks that I know that are on the ground up there covering the beat have mentioned anything to me. I just have it in my gut that I think that the young man's going to be like, look, Dabo doesn't love me like he loved Uwe Ungalale, or Kelly Bryant or Trevor Lawrence or any of these guys. He kind of treats me like I'm a bitch, so I'm going to go be a bitch.
He kind of loved Uiagalelei and Kelly Bryant enough to let him just go ahead and be ran off. So I don't know about that.
I love my wife
heard
over there.
anything about-
My wife over there with a comment. Maybe he is a bitch. Maybe.
Now we're hearing down here that Shipley possibly might transfer.
You know, I've kind of heard that too, but
He can go to the NFL, can he?
I think he can.
Right.
Yeah, he can.
But no, I think that the thing with him though,
He can declare for the draft.
I don't think that he would transfer. I mean, they put out the thing like right after the game with, you know, Coach Sweeney's like the all-time winningest coach at Clemson or whatever it was, and they had this whole thing where they interviewed all the players, and I think it was the one player they interviewed from the current roster was Shipley, and Shipley's talking about how much Dabo's done for him and all this and all that. What a thing to do to be like, hey, fuck you, in 4 games, I'm transferring. You know, I don't think the optics on that.
Well, here's the reason that I think 2 things will happen. He'll either stay or he'll transfer. I don't think he'll go to the NFL because, first of all, running back position is a devalued position anymore. They don't put an emphasis on drafting them out of college. So, hell, they'll pick one up in the later rounds and don't care. So you're not going to make the big money being a running back. So he could probably make more NIL money, either staying at Clemson or transfer and then going to the NFL. So that's what I think would happen. You know, one of those 2 options. But as far as the quarterback goes, I could not blame him if he did transfer. I'll be quite honest with you.
And
all right,
and by
guys,
the way,
have a great night, man.
Thank you, buddy. But one other note from that game was Maffa came in there and rushed for over 200 yards, and their game plan was it was simplified. Basically, we're going to run Maffa until he dies, and then we're going to make Klubnik throw just enough to keep them honest.
Yeah,
that was the game.
I watched. I didn't know he had that kind of speed. He had a really good game yesterday.
Yeah.
Now
it's
a big dude. I mean, I wouldn't want to try to tackle him in open field if he's coming in at full speed. You know what I mean?
I'm with you, but the thing that gets me with that is that if Shipley's good now, are they going to bring him back and then mess up because I think that Maffa's the kind of running back that can wear you down as the game goes on. You know, the old term, he's got to get lathered up and all that shit. He's definitely one of those guys. If he comes back and cuts his carries off, I mean, what the hell are we doing here? I mean, there's going to be that too, but
I'm looking over YouTube on TV. They got a list of things up here for me to watch, and it suggests things for you. And here's a video up here. And the thumbnail is a panoramic view of Neyland Stadium with number 8 holding the football. The title of it comes from a channel called Blue Chip Breakdown. And the title of the video is Nico, I'm About to Leave Ya is Incredible. This was published 4 hours ago. Is this because he went, 5 of 9 yesterday for 60 yards against a fucking 1-7 UConn team? He's incredible.
Yeah,
I got nothing. I'm a Patreon member over on the Missouri, because I was going to start letting it all go right now. And we actually, there's a group chat there, and they were asking everybody, how'd you feel about the game yesterday? And they said, we're not, now we're +1 in Saturday's game against Tennessee. I just told them, I said, I hope you guys beat the holy fucking shit out of them. I said, because I can't stand them. It's the worst fucking fan base on planet Earth, any damn sport, and hands down, no questions asked. Every one of them.
Oh, there was
I hope you get your ass whooped.
I think I tweeted it out yesterday where they're like running through the UConn players with the Tennessee flag. The one Tennessee player was doing that. And it's like, you just beat them 59 to whatever the fuck it was. I know you guys aren't used to winning anything, but let's just rub their nose in it too. I mean, they're a program that spends 1/10 of what you do on football, but let's just rub their nose in it like a bunch of asses. What a bunch of nonsense that
If
was.
that, dude, I heard their practice footballs at UConn. You know where they got their practice footballs from? Like some Kmart that was going out of business, had a liquidation sale about 3-4 years ago up there. There's not any Kmarts left. That's where they picked all the footballs up from. And they burnt the little Connecticut mark on the side of them.
All right, so we'll talk about the South Carolina game in a moment. Let's thank our sponsors, Callaway's Bar and Grill out in West Columbia, Highway 1, diagonal from the Walmart. Appreciate them as always. We're going to be doing our live show there in 20 days, something like that.
Yeah. Damn.
There
Season's
are
almost over.
Season is almost over. There are folks that are going to be. I've talked to folks that are coming to this thing that are looking forward to shake the hand of Carolina Jackpot as he makes the trek down from the upstate. And it's going to be a great show. We're going to have a Golden Tee tournament that morning. And then Jackpot will be down there that evening. I'm guessing we got to work on the timing of all that, but be a Golden Tee tournament that morning. The first rivalry Friday.
Well, if you could come up here and meet me in Greenwood at 5:00 Friday morning and help me get these chips put up quicker, then I could get to Columbia quicker.
I'll come sling some potato chips. I don't give a shit. I'm not above it. Come on, brother. I got the day off.
There we
the
go.
wife is giving me a kitchen pass to whatever I got to do for this this live show. If I got to go up there and sling chips to get your ass down here, we'll do it. But no, I mean, we're going to have a Golden Tee tournament that morning. If you're into Golden Tee, big tournament that day, and all of it goes to benefit the Pace Academy, and which of course is the only publicly funded dyslexia school in the state. We're going to help young people that have dyslexia and help them read, basically. Help them learn to read. That's the way it goes. All right. So, also, DNC Trucking and Transport, Fireside Chats with Uncle Jackpot. Jackpot, tell us a story.
Okay. Sucks to be a Gamecock. We are such a crummy program. We don't deserve the title of the chicken that is our mascot. Jackson State almost beat us with players that would not make our third string. It sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That's true.
I disagree. We don't have a third string.
Okay. Lack of depth.
Is that the injured bunch sitting out? I'm not sure.
R says Kale and Rob stocking chips. That's a show we want to see. Jackpot would be making fun of me because I'd be fucking up his potato chips. He'd be telling me I don't have them slanted right.
Go right there. Pop the tops out on that one. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Jackpot be over there direct, and I'm over there slinging these potato chips, and he's like, "What the hell? That's not where those go." And it'll
I have
take
to
us
figure out how that's going to work though too, because I have to leave. If I work in Greenwood area, that's like there's no reason to come home after that. So after I'm done, just go to Columbia. But I can't drive that potato chip. I'm not driving that damn thing to Columbia. You know how much gas that damn thing burns?
Oh, the potato chip truck. That would be insane. Big Barney Ross says he'll drive to help you. He'll ask the rich women at the grocery store if they work there when the chips are down. Big Barney Ross is around. He's just looking for divorce number 8 or 9. Stop it, Big Barney Ross. All right. So, Jackpot, a little bit about yesterday's South Carolina game. I did not watch much of your stream, but I mean, the vibe that I got, and I think that this is the one point I wanted to get out there. Shane Beamer came in and talked about, we just had a huge party and celebrating this huge win and all of that. As soon as we had played the press conference on the radio, I asked Tim Frisbee, the former Gamecock wide receiver who played for Holtz and Spurrier. I said, what would Spurrier have said to you guys about that? And he goes, we wouldn't have been celebrating that win because in his mind, we're supposed to win that game. We're an SEC program. We're not supposed to be getting taken to the limit by Jackson State, which, how things have changed.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. So the standards have definitely fallen, huh?
They have. And it's at a point now where you're looking at it and you're like,
His excuse was they're going to celebrate the hell out of that win because we only get 12 games a season. Basketball gets 30 games a season, and baseball they get to play 162. See, I'm like, you're not even making fucking sense. I mean, you're like crossing over major league sports with fucking college sports. I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. So stupid. So stupid.
I think that Ray mentioned it, or no, who was it? Someone in the chat mentioned it earlier. It's like, I think some of the fans are getting tired of Beamer shit, and they really are.
I for one am, but like, so yesterday at press conference, you listen to it. Okay, like 2 minutes into it, he just starts off, making his statement before he takes any questions, and he talks about they got to win, and he's like, and there's going to be a lot of people out there. He's like, who are whatever it was he tried to say, basically that they're going to poor mouth that win and blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, fucking yeah. I mean, and that's coming. They are, and it's true. That's why he said it. Nobody asked him a question for him to prompt that response from. He just comes out and says it because he knows it's true. And then you'll notice too, he pops off immediately. Oh, we just didn't coach well today, man. Bad job on me too. I got to coach better. He just did that because he's gotten grilled so much for blaming players. He doesn't believe that. He doesn't truly believe it. It's all empty damn words. And I'm attacking him, and everybody's attacking him. Well, that's what happens when you're down. People like to kick you when you're down. Well, I mean, it's just the way it is. This is college. It's a business. Talks about them. We practice hard. We have fun at practice. You're not supposed to fucking have fun at practice. It's not supposed to be fun. College football. It's a business now, dude. It's a fucking business.
Oh, but
like Dabo said, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you off. No. Dabo, one of his little corny lines, but it's true. When he would say the fun is in the winning, well, yeah, that's when you have your fun. We're not having fun at practice. We're not here to fuck around and laugh it up and bring our kids out on the field after we lose or just about damn lose to shitty teams. Okay, this is not romper room. It's not daycare. This is a serious job. It's a serious matter, and you need to treat it like that.
There are people who think like Brock here. Says, I want him gone. I don't expect him to be fired after the season ends, but next year's going to be worse. He's got to go. He's an embarrassment. I think the sacrificial lamb, and that's the term that I'm going to use here, there are going to be people that are going to be looking at Beamer and being like, what the hell are you going to do to fix what's going on here? And they're going to look at him and he's going to say, you know what? I'm going to fire this defensive coordinator. That's what I'm going to do. And Clayton White's going to be shown the door. And they're going to bring in somebody new that will probably come in next season. And if he lets them, they're going to go into doing what Ellis Johnson used to do, which is running a 4-2-5 defense instead of playing man-to-man. Let teams wear you out between the 20s and make it hard to score touchdowns. I think that's what South Carolina needs to do until they get to a point where they can play the aggressive man-to-man defense that Beamer wants them to play. But I think that's what's going to happen. If there are any changes, it's going to be that first, and then we'll go from there.
Will Eubanks asked over in the comment section, does South Carolina have any tough non-conference games next year? This is what we got scheduled. We got at Clemson. We got a game against Wofford, which is the FCS school. And we have a game against Akron, which is probably one of the 2 or 3 worst teams in FBS. So that's light. But then you've got games at Alabama, at Kentucky, you're at Oklahoma, and at Vanderbilt. Your 4 home SEC games are LSU, Ole Miss, Mizzou, and Texas A&M. So we're missing another non-con game there somewhere. I don't know. I don't know if they had one scheduled or they are trying to work something out. I thought at one time they were supposed to play Old Dominion. I don't know I don't know about that. We're supposed to play Virginia Tech too. I think that might be 2025. So I
Looking at,
don't know. We got a to
are you looking at the
stop.
the
20
Gamecock site for the schedule? Maybe
No, that's that was whatever that site is here. The just FBS schedules.
I'm checking this. Let's see here.
So I don't
Yeah,
know who
so
that other non-con game's against.
let's see here. So let's see here. They've got, yeah, it is Old Dominion, Jackpot. You open the season August 31st with Old Dominion at home. And then you got Akron, Wofford, Clemson. And then, as you mentioned, LSU, Ole Miss, Mizzou, Texas A&M, Bama, Kentucky, Oklahoma, and Vanderbilt. So
I tell you, that's a shitty non-con schedule. That's awful rough.
Old
But
Dominion's actually not bad. They're a pretty good team. I mean, I'm not trying to blow smoke, but
they're okay. Yeah, they're. I mean, I don't know. They're not.
ask Virginia Tech about Old Dominion. They don't want to schedule them.
Yeah, but and Virginia too. They almost beat Virginia. They almost beat James Madison the other week.
Yeah.
They were beating whatchamacallit, Wake Forest for a while.
You know, the crazy thing is though, Jackpot, when you look at the rest of the schedule, South Carolina's got Vanderbilt, who is not very good at home. They've got Kentucky, who won yesterday in Starkville, but I don't think Kentucky's anything to write home about.
Well, to be fair, Mississippi State was missing Will Rogers. I don't know if he's coming back this year. I don't know if he'll be back at all. And Jaquavius Marks both did not play for Mississippi State yesterday. So
what did you say? Yeah. And then Clemson at the end of the season, who, you know, I believe Spencer Rattler is he's gonna go out on his sword that game. He wants that game bad, in my opinion.
Alex, the last time I played LSU was 2020.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks like that. The rest of the schedule looks like it should be. I mean, they play better at home, Jackpot. So they could rally and win these last 3 games, and then you have a 6-6 year. Do you feel any different heading into the off season?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're. I don't know. I mean, you feel like, well, that team's kind of resilient, huh? But
it seems like Beamer's got November wrapped up, man. I mean, he's been pretty good in the Novembers that he's been there. You know?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't see it. I don't see it. I think they probably dropped those last 2 games. I really do. I don't. You were telling me something about Vanderbilt being able to run the football. I checked back over their last few games. They haven't ran the football. They ran for exactly 100 yards yesterday against Auburn, and they were below 100 yards the previous 2 games. They're just not good at much of anything. To be honest with you, they're a fucking trash program, but we're a fucking trashy program too. So this is going to be definitely the SEC toilet bowl.
Well, in honor of that, for the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge, Jackpot texted me this morning and said, I know we send each other the games we want to play and the challenge or whatever. And I sent him the 10 that I thought. And then he said, add Alabama and Kentucky and make South Carolina and Vanderbilt the Cale Hall shitter this week.
Yep.
So they've earned the title of the shitter. Congratulations.
The mighty have fallen. Speaking of, there's the biscuit in the chat. You were asking about the long lost biscuit. I just wondered
where he were. I mean, maybe he hadn't risen yet.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's still submitting picks for the Pick'em Challenge, or at least someone was on his behalf. So I was pretty confident that he wasn't deceased.
Yeah. Well, we just wondered where he was. He's trying to finish 27th. That's what he told us. 27th or better.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there you go. If you want to get involved with the program, here is the link. Feel free to have at it. Jackpot a couple of the other games yesterday that we Mizzou went into Georgia and gave Georgia, they gave them a better game than a lot of people thought they would. I think that Georgia, that's the toughest game Georgia's played all season is against Mizzou, as far as
they those refs pissed me off there in the third quarter. They had some call in Mizzou's. It was something I can't even remember because I was in a pretty deep in some beers yesterday by that time, but they reversed a call down there in Mizzou's, not in Mizzou's favor, in Georgia's favor. So the home cooking was definitely in effect there yesterday with those refs. Yeah, Georgia fans, I said it. The refs were shitty. They made shitty calls for both sides, but I can't believe Brady Cook threw that damn ball to that damn lineman. That was a bad throw. That was bad. That was a bad interception.
Yeah,
and they kept fighting. They continue to keep fighting. I don't know if you saw the Mazodcast tweeted out a picture of that young man who was standing. He was wearing his Mizzou polo, and this kid was in the middle of nothing but surrounded by a sea of red and black Georgia fans. He was the only one. They tweeted that picture out, and I remember seeing the guy on TV when they were panning over there, and I'm like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "How did he get stuck over there?" They're like, "Who are you, hero? We need you on the show."
Yeah. Well, I don't like to blame things on officials, etc. I think that when it comes down to it, going into a game against Georgia, you're gonna have to play your absolute best game if you want to win there. So, that's just the way that it is. And until someone goes in there and knocks them off, it's the whole thing of they're the champions until somebody beats them. And I know that Alabama fans are all about, hey, they look good against LSU and all that, but I don't think that Alabama beats Georgia. I really don't. I don't. If you told me that, hey, Rob, we can guarantee you there's going to be one loss on the Georgia schedule the rest of the season, I don't think it's going to be anybody that's on that schedule as of now. I think it may be a playoff game, and it could be Michigan, maybe. Mm-hmm. Oregon might give them some issues, but they could probably coast right into the playoffs, man. I really believe that.
Yeah. I really just don't see anybody stopping them. I just don't see it, man.
All right.
But Alabama's pretty one-dimensional, really.
They are.
Mizzou, at least, there's a balanced team, a balanced offense. Just not enough horses yesterday to get it done.
Yeah, they do have Georgia has Ole Miss this weekend, so that might be, I guess. I don't know. I think that they're just.
I think Mizzou's better than Ole Miss.
Really?
Yeah, I think they are. I think they're better on the lines of scrimmage, and I think they're better defensively. So I think Georgia will beat Ole Miss. Yeah. They'll cover the number against them, whatever it is.
K-Dog says Bo Nix is 0-4 against Georgia. Bring on Oregon. Look, you can say those things when you're the champ. I'm just saying, if you told me to pick one, I think that Oregon or Michigan are the teams that could give them the most problems. They might beat them too. Stop acting like you have to be told you're beautiful every second. You're the champion. Just saying.
That's played. My dogs right now, they have the zoomies. You ever seen the dogs have the zoomies?
What is that?
They just start running around the house like crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that boat race to Oregon, was about 15 months ago, but that was Dan Lanning's first game as coach there. So
yeah,
I don't know how things have changed, but they are a pretty good team.
I don't see anybody really matching up with them though. Obviously the turnover bug could get them in a game. I don't know, but I think Mizzou played them well yesterday and they still lost.
Yeah.
So, anyway. What were the other games? Old Sam Pittman took them jugs down to Gainesville and got him a win.
I can't believe that.
Oh, what a shit!
I can't believe they fucking lost to them. Florida, what a shithole.
How bad?
You know why that upsets me, right? I mean,
why?
I mean, I pull for teams that we've lost to.
Right.
Okay. Make that loss look a little bit better, I guess, but they can't fucking do it. I mean, Arkansas is terrible.
Arkansas
is 3 points.
Is that going to be the game that you look back at the end of the season and be like, God damn it, we should have had that one?
Well, I mean, that's a game that definitely broke the season. I think they could have turned some stuff around if they'd had that one. If they just come out on the right side of that damn score, would have been that fucking hard. We lost by 2 points. We lost by 4. You might as well say we lost by 4 because that's safety. I mean, that's not anything we did.
The whole thing with damn Arkansas fans now talking about we're the best 3-6 team in the country or whatever the hell it is.
Okay, well, congratulations. That gets you absolutely nothing.
I mean, what do you get with that?
That gets you absolutely nothing but a turd burger.
Turd burger. That's what you get. What a shithole. Let me see if there are any other games that kind of. The Alabama LSU game. People were tweeting a lot about that last night. I mean, there were people that were talking about there should have been a targeting call on Daniels when he got knocked out of the game. I think that's. I mean, it's football, for God's sake. I mean, it wasn't like a helmet-to-helmet contact. He got hit though, but he ended up being out of it. So,
I look. Whatever. Kentucky is only an 11-point underdog at home against Alabama. What do you think about that? I don't think that's enough points.
I don't either. I gotta research that game. Welcome to the program, sir.
Hey, how are y'all doing tonight?
We're making it.
Yeah, I'm chilling outside tonight. It just felt right, I was pissed off this past week. I'm not going to sugarcoat it one bit. This past week, that's probably the first time Shane Beamer's pissed me the fuck off. He's sitting there.
Well, if that's the first time. If that's the first time, where the fuck have you been? You weren't pissed about the hot.
I can handle it. I got thick skin. Rob.
The game where he's bashing people's stadiums and shit. That didn't bother you?
No, I got thick
pissed
skin.
after the Florida game where you went to a shithole.
When Jacksonville State sitting there in the driver's seat and fucking Beamer with his signature after just the most boneheaded play you've ever fucking seen. If we would have lost that game. We were damn close. Stone Blanton saved our ass. I swear they were gonna trot right down the field and fucking put it in on us. But this Lonnie fucking Teasley guy, our O-line coach, what an absolute jerk off. I mean, have y'all looked at this guy's resume? We hired this.
He don't have much of one.
North Carolina Central. Before that. Where was it? I can't even remember. Tennessee State and some nobody. Where are we finding these people? Vanderbilt probably has a better coaching staff than us.
Apparently he's like a protege of the Fat Arn Anderson, who is not the O-line coach anymore, but he's still on the sideline. He's still involved in the program somehow or another.
Man, we didn't know how good we had it with the Wolf. Wolford's over there at Alabama. Fucking.
Oh, that guy was good.
He was really good. And I don't understand why we can't go out and get anyone. It seems like the only good position coach we have is Torian Gray, which he's elite. And you see the results that he's had when you get a good fucking coach in there. We get good DBs going into the league.
That secondary is shit.
Well, I'm talking about generally. He's been there for quite a few years. I want to say like 6 years now.
Was he on Muschamp's staff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was the only coach that Beamer rolled over from Muschamp's staff.
That's right. Kelly Goodwin says, "Who y'all got this weekend, Jackpot?" We got your rivals, Vanderbilt.
Kids.
And did you see the
We'll
ticket
soften
prices
them up
for that
for
game?
you.
I mean, $57 is the cheapest ticket to Carolina versus Vanderbilt. How do they rush? $57 is the cheapest ticket for South Carolina versus
You'd probably
Vanderbilt.
be able to buy one the game of the day for 57 cents.
I just don't know how they rationalize that. But back to what I was saying.
Well, I don't understand how any of that works because when I looked on ESPN, I scrolled down to the bottom of the game tracker app thing and look at stuff. And I looked, attendance yesterday at that game was reported at 75,000. So it was 97%, 97% full. That's
At the
bullshit.
Carolina game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there was 55,000 people there at kickoff. It couldn't have been.
The only thing I can think of is maybe they're just going off of pure ticket sales, but
yeah, I think that's what they go with how many tickets were actually sold, picked up, etc. I can tell you from what I was told, our guy down in the press box yesterday said that everyone left at the half. At the half, it was.
See it on TV.
It was. I bet you there wasn't 7,500 there at the end of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
you can see it on TV.
It was a shit show. People were like, "We out this bitch."
But
yeah, that's a piss poor showing. That's embarrassing as hell.
And
hold on,
changes need to be made.
You expect them to show up? You expect them to show up to watch a 3-5 disaster? I mean, come on, man. The season's fucking shit, and you're playing a team that's not even an FBS team. I don't know if I want to.
I get that, but I mean, you're winning the game at the fucking half. I mean, you came to the ball game. You wasted all this time, energy, and effort going down there. And why the fuck are you going to leave at halftime?
Yeah, I've never agreed with leaving at halftime personally. If you're going to go,
I mean, it ain't but like another hour and a half out of your damn life. I mean, sit there and watch the fucking game. Shit.
Yeah, well, and especially you paid fucking good money to be there. You're just tossing it away. You leave at halftime. But
yeah.
I was watching other games. Michael Penix, man, he's got the ugliest throwing motion I've ever seen in my life. Have y'all just sat there and watched him throw the ball? He looks like a dumb Drew Brees, but he gets the fucking ball there whenever he needs to. He's got like the craziest side arm.
He's got a weird delivery, a sidearm delivery.
I don't know how it works, man. I really don't. He's the only quarterback.
He's got that Alejandro Pena smoke going on.
Well, I mean, Rob, even though South Carolina's down, don't get too comfortable. You're still getting dick slapped when you come into Willie B this year.
I agree.
Okay.
I mean, Cade's not it. Okay. Did he look good this past week? I saw y'all won. I didn't catch the whole game.
He threw for 109 yards and he had an interception.
Oh, so what won y'all the game? Was it just defense?
Whatever you need to tell yourself, sir.
What won y'all the game?
Maffa on the ground rushing for 200 yards. He might rush for 400 against y'all. Y'all are shit as far as your defense goes.
How many yards did he? I mean, he threw for how many yards?
He said 109.
109 yards.
Shit.
Yeah.
I did that in the shower.
Yeah.
For what the scoreline looked like, I'm actually surprised he threw for 100. That's fucking low for y'all to win by that much.
Yeah, well, the game plan was give the ball to Maffa until he dies.
So are they just working? You think they're just working Cade out of the playbooks now?
Yeah, I really do.
Did you happen to see the Notre Dame Spirit, the Carolina Jackpot Notre Dame Spirit animal that I posted up on Twitter?
And no, I didn't. What was that?
Let me find him real quick. I found him on X or Twitter. This is just a short clip. This was the Carolina Jackpot's Notre Dame spirit animal from Twitter. Damn it. Hold on. I got to learn how to operate stuff, guys. And I can't. Hold on. I can't do a crazy split screen thing here. So we'll show you on here.
That guy.
If that ain't some jackpot shit, I don't know what is, man. That's vintage jackpot right there.
That is some epic jackpot stuff there. All right, well, I have something else that I wanted to bring up here on the program. What else you got for us there, Mr.
Yep, I had one more thing.
Sure.
One more thing. I haven't called in yet to address it, but this Tennessee nonsense, man, it's got to stop. I mean, Spencer Rattler goes and takes a piss at halftime, and they think he's getting signals from Michigan. I mean, they're so fucking salty. They just need to let it go. They're blaming the Hendon Hooker injury on us getting plays from Michigan. First, it was it's ridiculous.
I hashed all that out yesterday, and our buddy Sports Talk Jay over there on the Tennessee side.
Oh, you called in?
Differently. No, he has a list of grievances there of why this is logical and why it could be, and one of them was like, okay, Shane Beamer did it years ago. He received information. Well, that's true. But then during the video, when he's talking about it, he says, well, they probably got this filtered down to a low-level assistant or an assistant coach. It probably wasn't Beamer directly. Okay. And I'm like, well, then you just double-talked yourself because it doesn't make any damn sense. Here, first of all, you're saying it's because Beamer did it years ago at Virginia Tech, and now you're saying it's filtered to a low-level assistant. So that didn't make any sense. And then the one deal, yes. Well, South Carolina's 2-6 this year, and look what they did last year. Well, I mean, we've went through 2 offensive lines so far. Well, they lost several players to the NFL on defense. Transfer, losing Jaheim Bell actually did hurt South Carolina. The other 2, I don't know, not so much, I don't think. And hell, I mean, you lost your best player, your best weapon on offense. So, you're going to have a shitty record. I mean, what does that have to do with anything?
And another thing is, if we knew every single fucking play they were running, do you think they would score 39 points still? Like, they're acting like they just came out and Tennessee, like, got shut out 79-0.
Well, here's the other thing, bro. I mean, they're saying that we did it against Clemson, too. Was that in the plan to be down 14-0 against Clemson?
Exactly.
Was that in the plan to throw a pick six and an interception on the goal line? And give me a break.
It makes no sense.
I did some research, and Mr. SEC Boss, we'll see you later on. Okay, I appreciate it, man.
Peace.
Jackpot, I did a little looking this morning, and I pulled something up that I wanted to bring forward here. The first thing is that there are Tennessee fans that have been giving us shit about the whole thing with Michigan stealing signs and all that shit after all the bullshit that they did, where they paid a fine instead of getting sanctions, where they should have been sanctioned to the moon and back, but they didn't. I did a little searching this morning, and if you go to the Tennessee website, the UT Sports website. Look at this gentleman here, Jackpot. This is Mr. Coach Brian John Mary, I guess is the way you pronounce his name there. He's the linebackers coach there for the University of Tennessee. There's a little note that I want to bring up here. If you look right here, and I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit so you can see it a little bit better.
Was he wearing a wristband?
No, it's not even that, Jackpot. They want to throw Jim Harbaugh to the masses. Oh, they're a cheating-ass program. Their linebackers coach was the linebackers coach at Michigan in 2020. Now, if you're going to sit here and run your mouth and say, oh, well, Harbaugh's doing this and they should be kicked out of the fucking planet, clean your doorstep first, because this gentleman was on his staff. You think he didn't know what the hell was going on? So the next time some Tennessee fan runs their mouth, please tell them, look at your linebacker coach. He's right there with them, right there in the midst of that Michigan shit. And now he's on your squad. Maybe these little things will trickle down to you too.
Well, the Stallions wasn't there is what they're saying. You don't think Jim Harbaugh was behind all that? You don't think that son of a bitch was cheating a year prior? He was finding some way to do something.
I think that everyone steals signs. That's what I think. I think that he went a little bit above and beyond, but in the end, I think everyone steals signs. It's just the way that it is.
You were talking about Brent Venables, and you said he was like a master of stealing signs.
Absolutely. Look, and I remember the year that I think it was Muschamp's year. The year that I think it was Jake Bentley's freshman year. And
the Never Again game.
Right. They went to they had him running to the sidelines, getting every damn call, sprinting back and forth so there were no signs being shown on the field. That happened. That happens. Now look, you bring this up and then they're like, oh, Connor Stein.
And then we still got our fucking ass toasted.
Here's the default. Will says Connor Stein didn't start working for Michigan until 2021. They've been doing this before, according to what I've read. Across the country, this happens. This happens. So I don't get what the big deal is. I really don't.
No. They just need to put microphones in the helmets and pay for that, and just penny up and pay for that shit instead of paying some of these damn overpriced coaches. And then just get rid of the fucking signs altogether.
R says, I've said it and I'll say it again. Tennessee's cheated more than any program in the country. Yeah, they're the most sanctioned program in the SEC in the past 20 years. Those are facts. So there's that. Anyway, yeah, I don't get the whole thing about they're all pissed off about the stealing sign. It's ridiculous. All right, I'm put this out there again. Very good, Biscuit. How has Michigan become a Tennessee story? Neyland is made of glass, especially when they're the biggest cheaters in the world. And they're like, oh, Michigan did this, and oh, they've screwed this with the sanctity of the game. Shut up. I don't want to hear that nonsense. It's ridiculous.
They said that. They actually said they've
I've seen
damaged the sanctity of the game.
Yeah, they've damaged the spirit of the game. Is the tweet that I've seen from some Tennessee folks. Mm-hmm. Wait till Michigan gets the penalty for this. Whatever. That's a load of shit, by the way. Load of shit. Mike says y'all were on time tonight. Look, we went early tonight because of we were trying to. Why did we go early, Jackpot?
We're trying to dodge the Your Season Is Over Uncle Lou video premiere, and he actually hoodwinked me because he went ahead and uploaded it early tonight, so we could have just went off at regular time. But hey,
yeah, there you go. Alex says what makes it even more sad is Tennessee cheated and got nothing out of it. Yeah, that's true. Biscuit says Michigan was afraid of Tennessee. Yeah, crazy. All right, link is over there in the bio in the chat if you'd like to join the show.
When Model 88 Guns Outdoors asked us, is there any faith in the Nittany Lions pulling the upset against Michigan Saturday in Happy Valley? What do you think about that? I mean, it could. I mean, that is a very tough place to play. I'd love to see it.
It's a high noon game, so I mean, it's going to be sleepy or whatever. We'll see.
Yeah, no, they'll be that'll be. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know why the whiteout game they had up there this year was why they fucking did that for Iowa. Fuck.
Because of the way that there's certain Big Ten teams that don't play at night after a set time or whatever. And
yeah, that's right. Yeah. In November they don't play at night up there.
It's because of snow or something. I don't know. Weather. Yeah. I think that's part of it. So, are the games this week, Jackpot? You got what? Mizzou and Tennessee, right?
Yes.
That's an interesting game. Let me look at some of the other games that we have in the Pick'em Challenge before we get out of here. So you got let's see here. looking at some of the games this week. You've got, Ole Miss and UGA, Michigan at Penn State, Utah at Washington, Florida State and Miami. Remember when that game used to be a big deal? Now it's not.
Yeah, Miami got their ass handed to them yesterday. They were undefeated just a few weeks ago, and boy, that Georgia Tech thing just did a number on them.
Vandy Dandy says Vanderbilt is coming. There is an actual Vanderbilt fan. You know what? We may get more Vanderbilt fans in the chat than they actually have in the stadium for their next home game. That might happen. I don't know. We'll see. Southern Cal and Oregon. That's another one. Florida and LSU. Boy, that game at the beginning of the season. You thought, that might be decent. Then it's like, LSU has 3 losses. Florida has 4 losses? They're the shits.
Octavian's over in the chat. He says, "Go Gators." It's funny. Before the season started, Octavian picked Florida to go 10-2, and he did this too. And multiple sources will prove me right. He picked them to go 10-2, and he said their 2 losses were going to be to Arkansas and the Shamecocks. Well, they lost to Arkansas, and they damn near lost to the Shamecocks. Plus, they lost a host of other games too, but we won't get into that.
Well, there's Octavian now. Octavian, you can't go 10-2.
But good evening in that.
Good evening, Carolina Jack Pratt. I told you we was gonna lose to the goddamn Arkansas fucking Razorbacks.
How'd you do that?
I don't fucking know.
Before I even knew the game had started.
I don't fucking know. Dumb motherfuckers. I'm done with those dumb motherfuckers. I'm telling you that right fucking now. I'm done with those motherfuckers. They need to fire his ass tomorrow, Monday morning. Hand the fucking goddamn whistle in. I'm sick of his shit.
Why? Don't get upset with him.
I'm sick of his shit. He better fucking win this weekend or his ass is out of there this weekend.
Well, he's recruiting good.
Yeah, he's fucking recruiting. Fuck the goddamn recruit. Win a fucking game. Win a game. Win a fucking game. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the fucking excuses. You acting like the goddamn South Carolina Gamecocks right now. They're fucking sorry.
You don't want to act like Gamecocks.
Why are you upset, sir? Don't be upset.
Why we can't be like a normal elite SEC team where we can recruit? We got the money, we got the talent. The goddamn coaching. The coaching is horrible.
No, sir. Back when you were an elite SEC team, you had murderers and rapists on your team. You don't have any now. You need some more murderers and some more rapists to get you guys back over the top.
Oh. Well, good news though. Clemson did win. Clemson did win Saturday though. I was actually happy.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
My brother's a big Clemson fan. He was excited. We was out watching the game.
Trade that Florida Gators helmet and get you a nice little Clemson Tiger paw now, since your team's a shithole.
I root for Clemson every once in a while. I do. I root for them.
You should.
Hey, but guess what? Guess what, y'all? My birthday's tomorrow, and hopefully the Gators fire Billy Napier on my birthday. That'll be a big birthday present.
Happy birthday! I don't think that's gonna happen, but
I don't think it's gonna happen either.
They need to fire him on the spot tomorrow. And I'll tell you what, if they lose the fucking goddamn LSU Saturday, I'll be personally going to Gainesville, and I'm gonna fire his ass my damn self. And I'll take the damn Winston coach the damn team for the rest of the year.
I don't understand why Florida couldn't have. It just seems to me like Florida could have gotten a more experience and better name than that to coach there.
They should have.
Like LSU went and got Brian Kelly. It just seemed like Florida has the money and the tradition and stuff to be able to hire somebody like that. Billy Napier doesn't seem like a
let me tell you something. Athletic director is pretty fucking goddamn garbage. He's hot shit. And we need to fire. He needs to be fired first.
God damn it. What they were trying to do is trying to get Urban Meyer again. They went and got Urban Meyer from a lower level school and thought they would bring him. They thought they'd bring, Billy Napier in here and he'd go and get him some guys.
He's not goddamn fucking Urban goddamn Meyer. Are you serious?
No, you're not listening to me. I said that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to find the next Urban Meyer.
Whatever they were fucking trying, ain't working.
Yeah, it's not working. Of course not.
Yeah, he can't call a fucking offensive play. I could call better plays than that.
Really?
Will Muschamp was more Urban Meyer than Sunbelt Billy.
I fucking like Muschamp. Muschamp was my dog. I can rock with Muschamp. I can rock with him. But goddamn, Billy Nathan, he brought his bridge with me Saturday when he lost to Arkansas.
I mean, Muschamp pretty much pissed off everybody down there, but I mean, I'm sure they could have him back if they would go throw some.
Oh yeah, we're glad to take Will Muschamp better than Billy Nathan. At least he know how to win some goddamn games.
I mean, he did lose to Georgia Southern though at home, and they did.
Yeah, he did lose to Georgia Southern, but he's not losing.
How do you lose a game to a team that doesn't complete a pass? Ask Will Muschamp; he can tell you how to do it because he's done it.
Yeah. I feel for those Shancock fans, man. Who they play this weekend?
We're not going to talk anymore about you lost to a team that didn't complete a pass.
No, I'm sick. Who gives a damn about Georgia Southern? Fuck Georgia Southern. It's all about South Carolina.
The last time your team played them, they gave you an L.
Yeah, well, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about the Golden Eagles, whatever they is?
All right, cool. South Carolina plays Vanderbilt this weekend.
Oh, they should beat them by 40 points.
You're 1-1 in your last 2 games against Vanderbilt, sir.
Oh, who? South Carolina?
No, Florida is. What are your thoughts on that, sir?
Fuck Vanderbilt too.
Fuck Vanderbilt too. You know what, Octavia? This is the best call you've ever had because everything is fuck this, fuck that, fuck Billy Napier. This is the best call you've ever had, Octavia.
I fucking hate. Hey man, he's on the goddamn hot seat with me. I'll tell you, he's one more big game loss away from me losing my shit.
Well, I mean,
if he loses this game,
you're not expected to beat LSU. You know that, right?
They're not beating LSU.
It look like we can't win a fucking. Well, look like we ain't going to no damn bowl game. And this is fucking fault.
Well, you got what? You got 5 wins, right? You got 5 wins. You've got what? 3 games left. You've got Florida State.
They got LSU, Florida State, and Mizzou.
Oh, you might go 0-3. Where's that Mizzou game at?
At the Rock Pile. At the Rock Pile.
Oh, y'all dropping that game too. You're fucking going 0 for November, brother. Sorry.
Yeah, it's his fucking fault. And it's fucking fault. And y'all see, y'all don't understand the pain about being a Florida Gator fan. This shit hurts me to the core. We lost to Georgia twice.
What fucking pain are you talking about? You won national titles.
Yeah, this shit hurts.
Wright has never won a national title.
The coach that we have sucks, man. This man sucks.
Half the coaches around the country suck.
This man sucks ass, man. We need a new damn coach. Goddamn, I'm sick of the we gotta come out fighting hard and fuck the goddamn. Get the team motivated. If they need me to come down there and motivate them and tell them how a real team supposed to act, how the Florida fucking Gators supposed to act, then maybe I need to go down there and talk to him. Maybe he's not doing his job right.
Hey, you did beat Tennessee. You did beat Tennessee though, so that's good, right?
No, that's just the consolation prize of the season. Fuck Tennessee, and I hope they fucking lose to Georgia too. And I hope fuck Georgia too. I hope they lose the fucking championship. Fuck those damn balls. Fuck the Bulldogs. Fuck the Volunteers. Fuck the Commodores, and fuck Kentucky too.
Anybody else you want to motherfucker?
Tennessee will finish out
8-4. Fuck Alabama too.
Missouri.
Alabama too. All right.
Yeah, and Missouri, they can get a big fuck you because I can't wait to play them. Curse their asses off the field.
Octavia and I did have a bet, but I can't. First of all, I remember a piece of it, but I don't remember exactly what it was. He promised me that they would beat someone. I can't remember. I don't remember. It's not. I'm not gonna. Whatever. He's in enough pain as it is.
My soul is broken. My season's goddamn over. This fucking football team is horrible. But I guess we'll try again next year. This fucking team is absolutely horrible. I hate our
Are you gonna call in next year and tell us they're going 10-2 with this fucking shit coaching staff you got?
I hope we get a decent offensive coordinator. That's what I hope.
Oh, what you need to do is what R said in the chat. You need to go down to the prisons, get you some of them motherfuckers that actually kill people, and get them out on the field. That's how you guys became relevant.
That's what we need to do. Right? They is pretty. I'm just saying. I can't believe. I just can't fucking believe the fucking Arkansas fucking Razorbacks. You motherfuckers. You motherfuckers.
Yep.
Oh, I almost broke my phone watching that football game yesterday.
Were you watching it on your phone? You almost, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, that was some painful shit.
I'm gonna give you a parting gift. Kentucky has a better football coach than you do, and they don't care about football.
Fuck Kentucky and they damn football. Fuck Mark Stoops. Fuck them.
All right, sir. Pretty much
Go Gators. Go Gators and the fucking. I hope we get a fucking next coach by the time I call back in next week. Hopefully we can do that. We can fucking do that right.
All right, Octavian. Thank you.
Mark Stoops is he's letting those players kind of run amok over there a little bit. You know, they were standing out there in the tunnel when they played Tennessee and threatening them, and well, I don't know if they were threatening them, but they were talking shit and causing all kind of problems, and then they got their ass whooped. And then last night they were out there talking shit to the Mississippi State players when they were running onto the field too. Why is he letting these people act like hooligans for?
Because you can't recruit talent there, and you have to go get you some thugs to play. That's what they'll tell you.
Well, he needs to get that reeled in and under control, because they didn't.
Remember, he had like the all SEC running back that got busted for drinking tequila in a bourbon state. That happened.
Yeah, so, on Mother's Day, no less.
Mother's Day. Hey, Mom, hammered on tequila, even though they have the best bourbon here. I'm going to get drunk on tequila. I'm sure Big Barney Ross, as a Kentucky booster, would have sent him some damn bourbon, but no, hell no. I want my damn tequila on Mother's Day. What a mess.
Tyler Leopard says, Bama coming for that blue striped ass.
There's a blue stripe ass. Oh, they're talking about the no, wait a minute. Oh yeah, but Kentucky, yeah.
That's gonna be an interesting game. When is that? Is that at noon?
The game between them is at let's see here. The game, I think it's let's see here. Next week. I think it's that's a high noon game. You get tickets for $90 if you want to go to Kroger Field. $90.
I think Alabama wins 42-21.
You think Alabama's giving up 20 points?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
One's a garbage touchdown. I think they double them up.
Justin, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, guys?
Good.
Hey, what's the show tonight?
Guys, I feel good about the win yesterday, but man, offense they didn't do much yesterday.
They didn't play very well yesterday on offense, did they?
No, I mean it's kind of all about Darren Longers. What do you think, Carolina Jackpot?
I mean, I don't know. They got some points when they needed to, I guess, but definitely could have done a little bit better. How about that defense is where the real problems are, I think.
Yeah, I mean that was scary yesterday, because if Jackson State had won that game, I don't know, that could have been something else right there.
Yeah, they're not tackling very well. They can't get any stops. Can't get stops on third down. I don't know, if they hadn't had 3 turnovers yesterday, we would have lost.
Yeah, but a win's a win. Hey guys, before I go, USC fired their defense coordinator today.
Yeah.
Yep.
They did.
Yeah.
I wish this USC would do the same thing.
Yeah, I wish they did too. But the thing about Lincoln Ryan, he's not a defense guy,
Yeah. That's true, man.
Yeah.
All right, Justin, you have a good week, buddy, and we'll talk to you later on.
We'll see
you. You too. Go Gamecocks. Take care, guys.
You too.
Hoghead with the $10 super chat. He says, shit, I only got 5 this week. Ray Bob now leads me by 1 game. Yeah. That's true. Uncle Lou says, has anyone blamed the Wang yet? Yeah. I named the show the Blame Game Show because it seems like both of our teams' seasons in the shitter. And I'm blaming it on Clemson leads the country in fumbles. Jackpot, I don't know if you're blaming it on your season on Shane Beamer being at putts or your defensive coordinator being a douche. Which one is it? I'm not sure. Or lack of depth. That's a good one. Lack of depth.
Can we say all three?
No, got to pick one. But the typical answer is lack of depth.
I'll blame it on Shane Beamer being a putz because everything comes back to him. Now their offense yesterday was. They didn't play as well as they could have, but Rattler still had, he had 400 yards passing yesterday.
Wasn't it like 200? Wasn't it like 217 yards receiving for Leggett?
Yeah.
Like
he was a beast yesterday. And Nick Harbor, no catches yesterday. The one target that he got, Rattler threw that interception. But if you look at it, he kind of underthrew it a little bit, but Harbor he's several inches taller than that kid that intercepted that pass. It almost looks like he didn't know where the ball was, and it seemed to me he could have reached up over him and picked and caught that ball.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, that was crazy. He was only targeted. Billy Cole said, he was only targeted one time. He targeted that tight end, the Joshua Simon, like 6 or 7 times yesterday. So I'm not sure what the love affair with that was. I guess some dingling saw something on film that they thought that the tight end would be.
Well, I think that they were doubling Harper on that side at some point, but they should have been doubling Leggett. Maybe they were dropping the safety down on that. I don't know.
Could you imagine those two out there with Juice Wells?
Fuck. Can you imagine those two out there? And I know you don't like this, but going into yesterday's game, Marshawn Lloyd for Southern Cal was averaging 7.7 yards a carry. He had over 100 carries on the season. He's getting 7.7 yards a carry. Can you imagine him in the backfield with Juice Wells, Leggett, and Harbor?
Yeah, well, I
what? That would be fucking great. What are you talking about?
I'm not super high on Marshmallow Lloyd. I think Mario Anderson's a better player than him anyway. Marshmallow Lloyd plays against a team that has 0 defense too. Let's not forget that.
Well, all right.
Well, he'd be hurt if he was here right now.
Yeah, he generally ended up with a.
I don't know why he's not hurt now. Probably because he's not at South Carolina. And that's just what we fucking do here.
Yeah, you just fucking have people to get injured. Yeah. Oh, Lloyd got hurt.
Dabo cussed. Maybe he did cuss. He cussed after the Tyler from Spartanburg thing. Well, he didn't cuss. He said smart ass kid. That's the closest thing I've.
He called somebody a slap. He could the slap dick from East Camonica Communication.
Slap dick. Yeah, that was more of a trying to be funny thing. Somebody on the Uncle Lou the morning the show Uncle Lou does on Saturday mornings before the games where we pick the lines and all that kind of stuff and do the rigged wheel yesterday. Somebody I can't remember who it was, had a comment on there yesterday that maybe Dabo should apply for the job at Northwestern so he could run through the Weenie car wash. Something to the fact that he liked those slap dicks twirling around in the Weenie car wash.
Fuck.
The Ding-a-ling car wash.
The Ding-a-ling car wash. What a mess.
Yes. There was some stuff I read on The Athletic that came out. Some guy that played for Northwestern up there, African-American player, in the early 2000s, said there was a lot of he made some accusations that there was a lot of racial shit that went on up there too, and they hired a lawyer to that's looking into a lot of this stuff, and that's just a mess. Um, and I don't know with the Pat Fitzgerald. I don't know if Pat Fitzgerald was turning a blind eye to something, or Pat Fitzgerald was just participating in shit that's just been going on for years.
I don't know.
I don't know, but Pat Fitzgerald he sued Northwestern for I don't know how many. It's in the multiple millions of dollars.
Somebody tweeted something out yesterday. Who's going to settle first? Northwestern with Pat Fitzgerald, or the NFL with John Gruden with his racial emails? Who's going to settle?
I forgot about that. You got to think Pat Fitzgerald, because the John Gruden thing happened. That was several years ago.
Yeah, but I think they're going to get to a point where they don't want discovery on that, because I think may have been some more people spewing some things in their emails that they don't want out there. So
Fireball says, does the Gamecocks have a call-in show like Clemson? And R says yes, but Todd Ellis doesn't take phone calls like he used to. It's because we suck and they don't want Tyler to call. Do you remember several years ago when Muschamp when they called him and somebody told him that him and the rest of those assistants need to wear ski masks next Saturday because you've been stealing money from the fans ever since you've been here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. That was
yeah. And Todd Ellis was like, oh, you're a real funny guy, yeah.
Well, like I work for WVOC, and we do the post game call in show where we let people just spew their whatever it is they want. But Muschamp had several things happen during his call in shows that were like, huh? I remember like towards the end of his tenure, he like stopped doing it, and he would send like a coordinator or something to do the coach's show or some shit. He was checked out. He didn't give a shit. I'm getting my money. Who cares? That's kind of how he had it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ours, like someone called in every week and told him to use the tight end more. I love that too. That's pretty funny. All right. Well, one more link here if you want to get involved. And then Jackpot and I are going to get out of here. Get Jackpot in bed so we can go wrestle them chips tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to wrestle some chips. I got some new stores that I got to take care of tomorrow. So
when you take care of a new store, do you like give them extra chips or what? How does that work?
Give them extra chips. No, normally they don't have enough chips on the shelf to begin with. So I have to go in there. Normally I have to go in there and clean it up. Normally pull a bunch of out of dates that haven't been taken care of. And then reset the planogram. And that's kind of a painstaking process sometimes. And I have to. The first one I have to do is about 20 miles away from the rest of my route, so I got to get done, hurry up, and then hot foot it down there so I can be there at the other stores, especially before they have cutoff. So yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
What does cutoff mean, Jackpot? That's when you can't stock.
Well, no, it's just some of those grocery stores, they only have a receiver there until a certain time, and then if you don't get there by the time she's done with receiving, then you ain't gonna be able to get checked in. Now, back in my day, when I ran a store for Ingles, if I had vendors that had to come in late for whatever reason, I would check them in the afternoon myself. I've checked in plenty of vendors, but I don't know. A lot of them are managers are a little bit lazy, I guess.
Matt T. Sipper says Roll Tide is a racist high school dropout and knuckle dragger who works at a ladder factory for $7.50 an hour. Okay, then.
What is that?
That's what the Matt T. Sipper said about Roll Tide over there. Interesting.
A ladder factory.
A ladder factory. I mean,
I didn't know they had such a thing as a ladder factory.
Yeah, they. I mean,
I thought the ladder ferry dropped them off somewhere.
Wow, I thought, there's like a ladder stork or whatever. You just call the ladder stork and he brings you a stork.
Yeah, Sugar Knot says, was there a Buc-ee's in Daytona? There is one in Daytona. There's also one in, it's kind of between St. Augustine and Jacksonville. So they got 2 of them within about an hour stretch there on I-95, which is kind of weird that they got so many of them. But they got a sign out there in front of Buc-ee's advertising for help and shit. Just their crew members in the store make $15-16 an hour. That's just the crew people that run the register, chop the brisket, do whatever. They're got their assistant managers and shit are like $75,000 to $100,000 a year, and their GMs, which is the store managers, I guess, are like $150,000 to $200,000 a year job. Wow.
I don't know about all that. You think that's
true? That's a lot of money to run a store, man.
Yeah. Uncle Lou says you think ladders grow on trees. That's pretty funny. Ladders grow on trees.
They don't.
No, can you imagine? There's probably some guy that listens to this show that like actually does work at a ladder factory, and he's probably sitting there thinking, "These motherfuckers don't know nothing about nothing.
These motherfuckers don't know nothing. I'm gonna make you a goddamn ladder with the damn legs on it. It's gonna be fucking crooked, so your fat ass will fall off the damn barn next time you paint it, you fat fuck."
Yeah. you bitches don't know about the damn non-skid that goes on these things and how hard that is to put on there. Jesus. James says you should apply to go to work at Buc-ee's, Jackpot. You want to go work at Buc-ee's?
Well, hell, the kind of money they make, I wouldn't mind doing it, but there's not one around here, so yeah.
To go to Florida, that's not too well.
Where? Fuck that. Fuck that. I don't like nothing against it. I don't like Florence. Don't like it.
We
talk about the weather in Columbia and how shitty it's just hot. I mean, it's hot, it's sticky. I mean, it's just a hot, sticky, nasty place. Give me the upstate here or the Pennsylvania type weather.
We way out here says Uncle Lou, your team will be losing soon. Can't wait to see you cry. Okay. And Uncle Lou, of course, says, yeah, you've been waiting 2 years for it. So he's kind of right about that.
Who do you think they're losing to?
Well, and that's the thing. The next time Georgia loses, it'll be an event. And we way out here, he'll be talking about, I don't know, a year from now, whenever the fuck it is they lose. I told you they were going to do it. It's like if Florida ever goes 10-2 again, Octavian will be up in here. I told you we were going 10-2. I told you, remember? Yeah, you were wrong 9 other times, but you're right 1 time out of 10. Way to go, sir. Way to go. All right, Jackpot, you got anything else for the show this evening, man? Are you ready to roll it out?
I don't have anything unless you do. I'm
good.
I'm stuffed. I actually went to Asheville today. I didn't make the obligatory Gamecock Sunday crying in the vehicle session video that I normally do. Is that like your therapy video where it's like you let it all out? It kind of is.
Can we call that the Shane Beamer waffle stomp video where you're just taking the shit and stomping it into the shower and getting rid of it? That's kind of what it is.
You can call it that if you'd like. But we went to Asheville today, and I got a new pair of work shoes, and we messed around for a little bit, and I actually ate from Rocky's Hot Chicken in Asheville, and I am stuffed.
Vandy Dandy says, I'll bet you $50 Vanderbilt beats South Carolina, Jackpot. Like, I don't know any Vandy fans that are real, sir. I don't know of any Vandy fans that are actual real fans. You should take that $50 and donate it to the department and get them down to the stadium. You're gonna take the bet from Vandy Dandy, Jackpot.
I'll take that bet. We ain't losing to Vanderbilt. That's straight up too. That's no spread. That's no spread BS. It has to have Vandy at the end of the game has to have more points on their side of the scoreboard than South Carolina does. So,
Vandy,
go on ahead, and I'll take your money too. It's like I took Big Beats money. So
go to make sure you get. He goes, it's a deal straight up. Make sure
send me your PayPal. I want PayPal in the description or in the chat here. Well, not in the chat.
No, just
email. I want you to send me your PayPal at Hall_Kale.
Very good.
On X in case you win and I want yours as well.
Jackpot's gonna take your money and then
or you want mine as well. Mine's just Carolina Jackpot, baby.
Yeah, Jackpot's gonna take that money and wish that he was at the strip club, just slinging out ones, laughing. That's what's gonna happen with that money. Vanderbilt, holy shit! All right, well, Jackpot, Uncle Lou's having fun.
I don't know why you have this sudden confidence. South Carolina played a close game against Jacksonville State yesterday. They're better than your team,
because Vanderbilt's a shithole. That's why.
Jacksonville State's better. I mean, it's embarrassing to almost lose Jacksonville State, but they're better than your team. They just are. They would beat Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they would probably beat Vanderbilt. I don't know the PayPal link. No, just get with Kale on Twitter, okay? Or just leave it right here, and leave your link right there. No one's gonna whatever. Figure it out.
You can't leave it here in the chat because I don't know why, and anybody else that does YouTube videos too. I don't know if Uncle Lou's noticed this or not, but for some reason, like when I replay our live videos now, it used to would replay the live chat too. It's gone now for some reason. The live chat doesn't show up when you replay those, and because people have asked me, they're like, because they want to see it on a lot of this stuff. They want to see the live chats back, and I'm like, I honestly don't know what happened to it. I didn't know they were making that change. I wasn't aware of it, and I'm not sure how to remedy it. I actually looked up some stuff in my settings, and it said make sure you have chat enabled on your live streams. And I had chat enabled because we're able to chat during the live streams. That doesn't have anything to do with it. So I don't know what happened to it.
Eric, welcome to the program before we get out of here.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight?
Hi, Eric.
Better than a puppy with two Peters.
Hey, Jackpot, did y'all win yesterday?
What's that?
Yeah, they did yesterday, sir. Yep.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right, Eric. Anything else, buddy?
No, but I'm good.
Thanks, man. All right, there you go.
What was the question?
He wanted to know if y'all won yesterday, Jackpot. I informed him that you did. Okay. All right. Well, Jackpot's got his belly full of hot chicken. He's going to go to bed, and we'll have another show for
hot
you.
Hot chicken, sweet tea, and Laura Lynn sandwich bread.
There you go. It's not bad.
What they have there at Rocky's Hot Chicken. 2 locations in Asheville, North Carolina, and 1 in Greenville, South Carolina.
Will,
if anybody's been there or not.
The stream that we had last week. No, we don't want any of that. Jesus, Will, stop it.
Oh, what? Oh, with the porn bomb.
Porn bomber that we got last week. We don't need any of that here. Jesus
Christ.
That was
wild.
That was some fucking crazy shit. I think the best part is I went back and edited that out, right? And then just replayed the stream. And then the funny part is Jackpot and I laughing at it because we went from I think a call with Uncle Lou to just Jackpot and I laughing at these fucking idiots. It's pretty funny. If out of context, it's really funny.
Well, I mean, I just looked and this guy pops on the screen. There's this young black dude on the screen. I'm like, well, who's he? I've never seen him before. Who's he a fan of? And then all of a sudden, it's this wild blurred image, and then there was something that I can't unsee, and I'm like, oh damn.
I was like, what the hell are we doing here? All right, well, anyway, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for checking out the show, and we will see you later on.